Module 2. Behavioral Approach. Leadership, a multifaceted and dynamic endeavor, has been the focus of extensive study and debate over the years. One particular angle of examination is the behavioral approach, which offers a lens through which we can observe and assess the actions and styles of leaders. This chapter aims to analyze this approach, explain its mechanisms, discuss its strengths and critiques, and test its applications in real-world settings. The behavioral approach asserts that leadership is not a passive trait one is born with, but rather an active process expressed through behaviors. Leaders operate on a spectrum of behaviors that can generally be categorized into two domains: task behaviors and relationship behaviors. Task behaviors involve setting goals, clarifying responsibilities, and monitoring operations, while relationship behaviors focus on building team trust, camaraderie, and respect. Consider Jennifer's observation of her leader, who sometimes directs the team with clear objectives, task behaviors, and sometimes works on building relationships within the group, relationship behaviors. This leader does not change her style based on who she is interacting with. She seamlessly integrates both styles. This is a hallmark of behavioral leadership, which is rooted in the flexibility and adaptability of leadership actions. Measuring leadership effectiveness, especially within the domain of ethical leadership, can be challenging. Surveys often serve as tools for gauging such behaviors, but they are not without limitations. While self-reported scores can provide insights, they are susceptible to social desirability bias, where respondents might report behaviors more favorably than they are. Consequently, this approach to measurement is common in social science, but not free from critique. Let's turn to Jim, the restaurant manager. His concern for both productivity and employee satisfaction, and his tendency to encourage participation and maintain an open mind, identify him as a high-style leader. This term comes from the leadership grid model, which rates leaders on their concern for people, relationship behaviors, and their concern for production, task behaviors. Jim's balanced concern for both dimensions stands in contrast to an impoverished leader who shows little concern for either, or a compromiser who tries to balance both but may not fully commit to either. When leaders like Andrew seek to evolve their leadership style, they often look to models like the leadership grid for guidance. Andrew, currently exhibiting behaviors corresponding to a 3-8 on the grid, signifies a moderate emphasis on task behaviors, but a high focus on relationships. To evolve into a team management style, which is characterized by high task and high relationship behaviors, Andrew would benefit from coaching that encourages him to also focus on the team's productivity goals. This might involve fostering team unity through activities like hosting a dinner, a method that strengthens team bonds while aligning personal relationships with organizational objectives. Daily interactions, such as the open forum meetings you participate in with your supervisor and colleagues, exemplify team management. These meetings, characterized by shared decision-making and regular feedback, encourage a collaborative approach that is different from authority compliance management, which is more directive, or country club management, which may prioritize comfort over productivity. If you, as a new supervisor, begin your first meeting by diving straight into the distribution of tasks, you are demonstrating task behaviors. This approach, focused on the immediate objectives and agenda, is different from relationship behaviors, which would prioritize interpersonal connections and team dynamics. Reflecting on the behavioral approach's strengths, its extensive empirical backing undoubtedly gives it credibility. While it doesn't suggest that there is a one-size-fits-all team leadership style, the breadth of research does support the idea that a wide range of leadership behaviors can be effective under different circumstances. However, it does not unequivocally assert that task and relationship behaviors always lead to positive team outcomes, acknowledging the intricate nature of leadership within the tapestry of human interactions. Through this chapter, we have woven together an understanding of the behavioral approach, which, with its deep research roots and practical focus, offers a flexible and influential framework for leadership. It encourages leaders to be versatile, adapting their behaviors to meet the demands of their team and organization. This versatility is the cornerstone of effective leadership, as it recognizes the unique complexities of each leadership scenario. Situational approach. In the evolving landscape of leadership theories, the situational approach has emerged as a versatile and dynamic framework that underscores the importance of adapting leadership styles to the context of the situation. This chapter aims to interpret the situational approach, illustrating its mechanisms, strengths, and criticisms, while also exploring its practical applications. At its core, the situational approach posits that there is no single best style of leadership. Instead, effective leadership is contingent upon various factors, including the task at hand, the maturity level of the followers, and the context in which the leadership is exercised. This approach diverges from traditional theories that tend to favor one-size-fits-all models, advocating for a more flexible and adaptive leadership strategy. The mechanism of the situational approach is founded on the interplay between the leader's behavior, the maturity of the followers, and the complexity of the task. Leaders assess the situation and then adapt their level of directive and supportive behaviors to meet the needs of their followers. For instance, a leader might offer more guidance and direction in situations where followers are inexperienced or the task is particularly complex. Conversely, with skilled and motivated teams, a leader might adopt a more hands-off approach, offering support and encouragement rather than direct instructions. One of the key strengths of the situational approach is its emphasis on leadership flexibility. It recognizes the dynamic nature of leadership and provides a practical framework for leaders to adapt their style according to the situation. This adaptability is particularly valued in organizations that face rapid changes in their operating environments. Additionally, the situational approach is considered a credible model for training leaders, offering clear guidelines for adapting leadership behavior. However, the approach is not without its criticisms. Critics argue that it may oversimplify the complexities of real-world leadership by focusing predominantly on the leader's behavior and the readiness of followers, without adequately taking into account other influential factors such as organizational culture or the influence of gender during leader-follower interactions. This oversight suggests that while the approach offers valuable insights into adaptive leadership, it may not fully encompass the multifaceted nature of leadership dynamics. In practice, the situational approach can be applied across various contexts, from corporate management to educational leadership. For example, consider a scenario where a department head in a new regional office observes that an enthusiastic yet inexperienced employee is struggling with task completion. According to the situational approach, the most effective leadership style would be to clearly define the steps necessary to complete the tasks and monitor the employee's performance closely. This approach ensures that the employee receives the guidance and oversight needed to succeed, demonstrating the practical applicability of situational leadership in addressing specific challenges. The situational approach to leadership offers a flexible and adaptive framework that emphasizes the importance of tailoring leadership styles to the needs of the followers and the demands of the situation. While it presents a practical methodology for leadership, especially in training contexts, it is also subject to criticisms regarding its scope and depth. Nonetheless, by fostering an understanding of how to effectively adjust leadership behavior, the situational approach equips leaders with the tools to navigate the complexities of modern organizational environments. Through this exploration, students should appreciate the nuanced nature of leadership and recognize that while the situational approach emphasizes flexibility, practicality, and credibility in leadership training, it does not explicitly account for the influence of gender in leader-follower dynamics. Moreover, it is evident that altering followers' styles is not a consideration within this approach, highlighting the focus on adapting leadership behaviors rather than attempting to change the inherent characteristics of followers. In practical scenarios, such as managing inexperienced employees, this approach advocates for a hands-on style, emphasizing direction and support tailored to the follower's development level. Path goal theory. Welcome to the exploration of path goal theory, a compelling framework for understanding leadership and its impact on employee motivation and goal attainment. As we delve into this chapter, our journey will include analyzing the theory's mechanisms, evaluating its strengths and criticisms, and looking at its practical applications. By the end, you'll have a robust understanding, which will be crucial to answer questions about effective leadership styles and strategies for different scenarios. Path goal theory is rooted in the belief that a leader's behavior is contingent to the satisfaction, motivation, and performance of their subordinates. The theory, developed by Robert House, suggests that leaders can alter their style to fit the employee and the work environment, thereby enhancing employee productivity and job satisfaction. To determine how path goal theory works, imagine a leader as a guide in a complex forest. The leader's role is to help their team navigate by providing a clear path, direction, ensuring the journey is manageable, support, involving the team in charting the course, participation, and encouraging the team to reach the destination, achievement. Essentially, the leader adapts their style to the needs of their followers and the task at hand. For example, consider Jocelyn, who's struggling with a new job assignment. She understands the desired outcome, but not how to initiate the project. Here, the most effective leadership style would be to discuss the initial steps and encourage her input on various ways she could get started. This approach aligns with the participative style of path goal theory, fostering an environment where Jocelyn feels supported and involved, enhancing her motivation and clarity on the task. Moreover, path goal theory highlights the leader's continual concern about subordinate motivation. Unlike other leadership theories that may focus on situational adjustments or the quality of leader-member exchanges, path goal theory consistently emphasizes the leader's role in enhancing followers' motivation by clearing the path towards their goals. Thus answering our second question. When considering an employee who is excited about a challenging project and eager to excel, path goal theory suggests that the leadership style most beneficial would be one that fosters this ambition. Achievement-oriented behaviors from the leader, such as setting challenging goals and expecting excellence, will most likely fuel the employee's enthusiasm and commitment to the project. In the context of an employee facing complex tasks with a high personal standard for success, path goal theory would advocate for achievement-oriented behaviors from the leader. This includes setting high expectations, showing confidence in the employee's abilities, and encouraging them to surpass their own standards of excellence. Finally, let's look at Karina, who spends her days sorting and filing medical records, a task that has become monotonous, leading to boredom. According to path goal theory, Karina is likely to be best motivated by a leadership style that introduces higher goals or achievement-oriented behaviors. This could involve setting personal performance challenges or engaging her in more stimulating tasks that can break the monotony and reignite her motivation. Throughout this chapter, we've seen how path goal theory offers a flexible approach to leadership, one that requires leaders to be adaptable and responsive to their followers' needs. While the theory has been praised for its focus on leadership adaptability and the emphasis on employee motivation, it also faces criticisms. Some argue that it may be too prescriptive or reliant on the leader's ability to accurately assess the needs of their employees and the context of the task. Despite these criticisms, the theory's real-world applications are vast. It provides a valuable lens through which leaders can assess their approach and adapt their style to maximize employee satisfaction and productivity. As we wrap up this chapter, remember that the essence of path goal theory lies in the leader's ability to guide their followers on a clear path to their goals, adapt their leadership style to the situation, and ensure that the journey is as rewarding as the destination itself. With this understanding, you're now equipped to discern which leadership styles are most effective in varying scenarios, enabling you to be a more effective leader or guide others in their leadership development.